I spent over 1,000 hours over the last few years watching the smartest creators break down YouTube. MrBeast interviews, VidIQ live streams, retention tips, thumbnail psychology, all of it. But for months, I still couldn't grow. So what hard lessons did I learn from all of this content, and what actually worked? One piece of advice that almost every YouTube growth channel will tell you actually set me back. When I was in my first year of YouTube, I made tons of fitness videos. I would spend hours scripting, filming, and editing, but then I would stare at my YouTube studio furiously as it got 40 views in the first week. That's when I watched a video that completely flipped how I looked at YouTube and how I made videos. And this was the advice. Spend more time on the packaging than the actual video, and come up with your thumbnail and title before you even film or script write. That might sound like the stupidest thing ever, but it works. This not only improved the quality of my packaging, but it also made the video align with it much better, as I knew from the start what expectations I had to meet. After doing this, my click-through rate and watch duration on my videos visibly increased, as it made my videos much more in line with the viewers. Back on this old fitness channel, I would also make the mistake of making that the niche. Broader fitness. Vague videos that just fall under the fitness umbrella. And surprise, surprise, very little views. That's when I learned the importance of focusing on avatars and ideal viewers. So I started making videos for the type of viewer I knew the most about. Skinny guys who struggle to build muscle. Because that's who I used to be. I knew what that guy was thinking. His insecurities, his goals, and what video he'd want to click on at 2 AM. And it made a huge difference. Videos would strike a chord with this specific audience, and not just anyone who was on a fitness kick. So if you're struggling to grow, maybe it's because your content is trying to speak to everyone. Instead, try and talk to a specific subset of people that you know the most about. YouTube is that huge of a platform now that audience is probably well into the millions. Okay, pause for a second. What are you doing right now? How many YouTube growth videos have you watched this week? And how many videos have you actually made this week? I used to sit there for hours watching creators break down the algorithm and share their success stories. But really, I was procrastinating, even if it was the productive kind. YouTube education is extremely helpful for your growth and knowing how to take your channel to the next level. But you need to actually note these things down, implement them, and take action. You can listen to creators like myself all day, but you won't grow if you don't go out there yourself and put it to the test. If you watch a load of YouTube growth videos like I used to, you've definitely heard this one before. You're only one video away from blowing up. And while there's some truth to that, it really pissed me off when I was on my 20th, 50th, and 100th video, and none of them were the one. I would spend a full week perfecting a video that I knew was going to get over 10k views, and it would get 74. I felt like I was doing everything right, but YouTube was still just a brick wall I couldn't break through. That's when I realized the people who make it aren't the ones who just incorporate this once and blow up. They're the ones who keep applying the strategies consistently and build on them with their own ideas and experimentation. Viral breakthrough videos are very often the result of hundreds of attempts and very near misses. You just need to keep trialing things and finding new ways to stand out. Here's one for you right now, one that shifted my mindset recently. Stop trying to come up with 100% original ideas every single time. Most of my best performing videos started with inspiration from other channels. I didn't copy or steal their video, I adapted it. I'd take an idea that had already worked in my niche or a related niche and add my own angle and experiences to it. You'll find if you look at all the big creators that they are constantly doing this, copying and adapting what is already working for others. On the topic of recycling content, I want you to know this. It's 100% okay to remake one of your old videos. Many of us think if we do this, we're going to get called out on it, on how we've already made a video on this, and that will hurt your growth. A huge proportion of your audience won't have seen your old content. And with a new spin, improved packaging, and more information added, crazy things could happen. Even though it may feel like a cop-out, this is often a technique that gets loads of creators their first viral moment, as all the video needed was better execution and a bigger audience. In my early videos, I was definitely putting on a bit of a YouTube act, trying to sound like a creator instead of just being me. And if I'd have gone viral back then, I would have burnt out and hated it, trying to keep that act up. One line of YouTube advice that always sticks with me is that the biggest advantage that you have is being yourself. When you stop pretending and add in your own personality, your content feels much more authentic and it's much easier to make too. And trust me, YouTube is hard enough as it is. One of the main reasons that YouTube channels fail, and it's actually the reason why my fitness channel failed, is because life gets in the way. Commitments and jobs come into your life and steal all of your creative time. Watch this video here to see how you can find more time to squeeze YouTube in, no matter what.